Hi there guys, I'm back from holiday, so that means that we are back to the Mortal Realms. So there'll be 3 videos this week, issue 27, issue 28, actually there'll be 4 videos this week, 27, 28. I'm also, when I do issue 28, I'm going to upload a bit of a kind of the experience of my build of the Spirit Hosts, because from what I can gather and from everyone I've spoke to about it, they are a pain in the butt to build. So if I can put together some sort of build guide for that, or at least share my experience on building it, I will do that in a separate video. And then I will also do an update for issue 29, which will probably be uploaded on Thursday. But first of all, we'll get to issue 27, Stormsire's Cursebreakers. Also, we've got Discover the Oceanic Bone Reapers, and New War Scrolls and Battle Plan. So what have we got? With a thunderclap, Stormsire's Cursebreakers enter the fray with this issue. These mighty wizards are some of the best warrior mages that Sigmar has to offer, and now you'll get them to battle. After you've built and painted them, they will combat the Briar Queen, their hated enemy, and a horde of spirits at her command, including Mymorn Banshees. To use them in this battle plan, this issue includes a complete war scroll for the Mymorn Banshees and a tutorial on their abilities. Happy hobbying. Thank you, Ian. Right, so what have we got? We've got a bit about the Cursebreakers, got Oceanic Bone Reapers, then we've got the Mortal Realms, discover the realm spheres that make up the Mortal Realms, build guide, paint guide, war scroll for the Cursebreakers, war scroll for the Banshees, Mymorn Banshees, and then we've got our battle plan, the Scouring, with the ruined fortress of Hallowstone Hold in the hands of the Stormcast Eternals. They seek to scour the Night Haunts from their surrounding lands. Okay, cool. So the Cursebreakers. Now this set was available for Warhammer Underworlds, and I believe it's still available now. Okay, so Stormsire's Cursebreakers are a trio of battle mages from the Hammers of Sigmar. They specialise in mighty storm magic, lifting curses and breaking enchantments. Their leader, Averon Stormsire, is a knight incantor, and he is renowned for his knowledge of the reforging process. He has long considered his duty to find a solution to the various side effects of this traumatic ordeal that all Stormcast Eternals undergo after death. Okay, so we've got 3. Let's have a quick rundown of the Arcane Triumvirate, whatever the hell that means. Averon Stormsire is accompanied by 2 of the most learned and skilled evocators in his sacrosanct chamber, Amis Dawnguard and Rastus the Charmed. Together they destroy their enemies with the storm magic of Azir. So Amis Dawnguard is an evocator or evocator who has served alongside Averon Stormsire for many years. Amis sees it as her duty to bring the spirits of fallen heroes to their rightful place at Sigmar's side. She carries the Tempest Blade and Stormstave common to many evocators, and is a powerful wizard. Okay, great. Then we've got Averon himself. As a knight incantor, Averon Stormsire has seen many failed reforgings and witnessed their terrible side effects firsthand. He hopes that somewhere in the shattered ruins of Shadespar, he will find a way to combat them. Until that day, he and his Cursebreakers remain trapped in the Cursed City, forced to continually battle the many foes who stalk the enchanted streets. And then we've got Rastus the Charmed, was chosen by the Stormsire for his martial prowess and magical talent. He is an evocator armed with both Tempest Blade and Stormstave. Alongside Amis Dawnguard, he can channel the power of the storm to empower his allies, allowing them to strike with the force of a celestial comet. Okay, then we move on to the Oceanic Bone Reapers. I've got some Oceanic Bone Reapers. I think they're fantastic models, really, really cool. I loved them when they came out last year. The Oceanic Bone Reapers are Nagash's will-given form. Created from the bones and souls of the dead, they are tireless and without pity. They are led by generals created by Nagash himself. All of Nagash's undead creations and followers are bound to the great necromancer and forced to undertake his bidding. Most are mere husks, soulless servants, unable to think for themselves. The Oceanic Bone Reapers are something entirely different. They're an army of skeletal warriors, the majority of whom are capable of speech and independent thought. They were created to act without the constant oversight of Nagash, and are trusted to fight wars on 100 fronts at once. And then we look at a few of them. So we've got Catacross. Catacross was once a great mortal legend, utterly obsessed by the mastery of warfare, who traded his soul to Nagash, was named Mortarch of the Necropolis. During the Age of Chaos, Catacross was captured by Sigmar and locked in a storm vault beneath the city of Lethis. The Necroquake revealed the storm vaults to Nagash, who dispatched Lady Olinda to free Catacross so that he could lead the Bone Reapers. And then we've got the Bone Tithe. In addition to harvesting the skeletons of fallen foes, the Oceanic Bone Reapers demand a tithe of bone from all those that they encounter. Should a town, city or nation fail to provide the tithe, they will soon find a Bone Reaper army at their gates to claim it by force. And then we've got the Soul Animus. Each Oceanic Bone Reaper is powered by the souls of the dead. The desirable parts of different souls are fused together, giving a Bone Reaper all the mental traits required to make them a deadly warrior. Okay, that is very grim and very awesome. Okay, then we're on to the Mortal Realms. Existing in a cosmos of pure magic, the Mortal Realms are so vast that not even the gods themselves can claim to have explored them all in their glory. They're all vastly different, and yet they are bound together by laws of reality that are almost impossible to break. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of information there, and it goes through 3 of the main parts: Gairan, Azir and Shaish. Okay, then we've got our build guide. Now these guys went together very, very nicely. Let's have a little look. So let's get the names again. This one is Averon Stormsire. This is very, very awesome. Then we've got, where are we? Anis Dawnguard. Very cool. Let me know if you're a fan of these bases, these kind of preconceived bases. I don't have much of an opinion of them, but I know a few people that don't like them because they don't fit with the scheme that they've got for the rest of their armies and that kind of thing. Okay, here's Rastus the Charmed. Very, very cool. Lovely. Okay, so now I've got the paint guide. Oh, yes, sorry. There was a letter as well. Also with this issue, we got 6 bases, which was an error from issue 21. So if you remember, there was 2 issues, 17 and 21, where we received slotted bases instead of the standard round ones. So again, with this issue, we got 6 of the standard round ones to replace those ones that we got then. Now, it's actually brilliant for me that those slotted bases came out instead of the proper ones, because I use them for Blood Bowl, and it saves me from buying Blood Bowl bases or slotted bases going in the future. So that's really cool. And for those of you who were worried about it, it's really cool that they fixed the error. Okay, so Stormsire's Cursebreakers. So we've got a lot of paints, so 11 paints in total on these guys. And by the end of this issue, if you've kept up with the paint guide, you'll end up with some really, some cool looking models there. Very much nearing completion, except for the base and that kind of thing. Anyway, right, so let's look at some War Scrolls. Averon Stormsire. So, what have we got? Named character and a single model. He's armed with an Incantor's staff. Right, so a range of 2 inches with his staff, 3 attacks, and a 3 up to hit and wound. He's got rend -1, D3 damage, which is good. So 3's all the way. So 3 up to hit and wound and D3 damage. That is very good. So he got a movement of 5 inches, saves on a 3 up and a bravery of 9. He's got 5 wounds, which is also cool. Then we've got the Cursebreakers. We'll get back to Averon Stormsire's abilities and that kind of thing when we turn the page to what we've got here. So they've got 5 inch move. They save on a 4-up with a bravery of 8 and only 3 wounds. So their Tempest Blade and Storm Stave has got a range of 1 inch, but they've got 5 attacks. Hitting on a 3-up and wounding on a 3-up, rend -1 and 1 damage. So these guys are pretty handy in combat. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got Celestial Lightning Arc. Amis and Rastus weapons are surrounded by electrical energy, which can deflect missile attacks and damage nearby enemy units. So on save rolls, Amis and Rastus are being attacked by the Briar Queen's Rending Scream, which is a missile weapon. When making their saves against it, they'll be able to re-roll any save rolls of 1. And then after resolving the Amis and Rastus attacks, the Celestial Lightning Arc can inflict mortal wound on a nearby unit. Okay. And then we've got Stormsire. If cast, the Stormsire spell deals 1 mortal wound to all enemies within 18 inches of the caster. Wow. If cast, the Stormsire spell deals 1 mortal wound to all enemies within 18 inches. Bloody hell, that's good. So you can see it's been cast here and it's damaged the thorns with 1 mortal wound and -1 to the Briar Queen as well. So in the hero phase, he successfully casts the Stormspire spell. The Briar Queen is within 18 inches and suffers a mortal wound. The thorns are within 6 inches of Averon's Stormsire, so they suffer D3 mortal wounds. Oh right, okay. Stormcast player rolls 2 thorns are removed from play. Until the start of the Stormcast player's next hero phase, any units within 18 inches of Averon's Stormsire must subtract 1 from their run and charge rolls. Any enemy units that are within 6 inches of the caster does suffer D3 sort mortal wounds. Oh right. So yeah, I obviously didn't read enough for this top line. If cast, the Stormsire spell deals 1 mortal wound to all enemy units within 18 inches of the caster. If an enemy unit are within 6 inches of the caster, they suffer D3 mortal wounds instead. In addition, until the caster's next hero phase, units must subtract 1 from run and charge rolls if they are within 18 inches of the caster at the start of the move. So that's a massive one. That is a really impressive ability there. Let's go back here just in case there's anything else. Yeah, that's huge. That is a really awesome ability. Okay, as evocators, the Cursebreakers are also, they can attempt to cast Empower in the same hero phase. So this unit of these two is cast as one sort of wizard unit. So although they're both wizards, you can only use one of the two in hero phase to use the wizard spell. So if that's to cast Arcane Bolt or something like that. They can also attempt to cast Empower in the same hero phase. So that's when gathered in enough numbers, evocators can empower themselves or their comrades. There's a casting value of 6. If successfully cast, pick a friendly, redeemer or sacrosanct unit wholly within 12 inches of the caster. To your next hero phase, they can reroll failed wound rolls for attacks made by that unit. Now the reason that doesn't appear on here is because that was covered in one of the previous issues when we looked at other evocators. Okay, Myrmorn Banshees. So movement of 8, saving on a 4-up with a bravery of 10, but only got 1 wound each. So they've got Chill Daggers with a range of 1 inch with just 1 attack, hitting on a 4-up and wounding on a 3-up, rend -2, which is good, and damage D3, which is also very good. So what have we got here? Got the Chill Daggers, it just explains what they are. Chill Daggers are a deadly weapon with a damage characteristic of D3. When you've rolled to wound and your opponent has rolled their saves, roll a D3 for each failed save and inflict this much damage on the target unit. Fair enough. But they're also Spell Eaters. Once in each enemy hero phase, the Banshees may attempt to unbind a spell before its effects take place. In order to attempt to unbind, the Mine-Worn Banshees must be within 18 inches of the caster. Add 1 to the unbinding roll for every 4 models in this unit. Okay, so they can unbind, which is good. Okay, then we move to the Scouring, which is this week's battle plan. With the crumbling ruins of Hallowstone Hold now firmly under the control of Lord Arcanum Glorymantle and his Sacrosanct Chamber, the time has come to finalise the Stormcast Eternal's hold upon the region. If progress is to be made, the Geists must be scoured from the foothills beneath the fortress. The presence of the Night Haunts has cursed the area, conjuring forth wisps of ghostly mist that drift eerily across the sloping hills. So what are our teams this week? We've got our Sequitors, we've got a team of 5 of them, and our Cursebreakers from this week, up against a team of Banshees, the Briar Queen and the Thorns, and some Dread Scythe Harridans, and a Dreadblade Harrow. That's quite a big team there for the Nighthaunt, but you know they are mostly a bit weaker than what we've got here as well. But that is that's quite a tough one for the Stormcast, I think. That's 4 Mine-Worn Banshees, the Dreadblade Harrow, the Briar Queen, Thorn of the Briar Queen, and 10 Dread Scythe Harridans up against Averon Stormsire, Stormsire's Cursebreakers, and 5 Sequitors. Okay, so these are our territory to start, and we've got 1 piece of terrain which is being placed here. Ignore all the other terrain on the map for now because we don't actually own them yet. Right, so the Nighthaunt player has the first turn. Follow instructions on reference sheet 1, which we can go back to. So glorious victory. The game ends when 1 player has no models left on the battlefield. Very cool. Okay, so what is up next? We've got the Spirit Hosts with issue 28, and then we've got some paint with issue 29. Spirit Hosts I'll be uploading in the next day or so, along with the build guide, which will probably come after this actually. And then issue 29 will be up by the end of the week. So thanks for watching, guys. And I just want to say a huge thank you to anyone who's been using my Element Games affiliate links. So I've never had anything from my affiliate links previously, but in the last month or so, I was really, I got something through from them, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you so much to anyone who's helped out with that and has been helping the channel by using that affiliate link. Just so as you know, anything that is ever generated from that affiliate link will automatically get pushed back in to the channel. And that doesn't include Mortal Realms. Mortal Realms is something separate. But any money from that will automatically go back into the channel. So for example, I did an unboxing and we'll be doing a review of Blackstone Fortress Ascension. So the unboxing was out a couple of days ago and the review will be out next week. And that was only possible because of because people were generous enough to use that affiliate link. So thank you very, very much for that, guys. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'll see you soon for issue 28.